Marton West Beck Flood Alleviation Scheme is a civil engineering project that is here to protect 485 residential properties from flooding from the Marton West Beck. Because of climate change, we expect that storms to increase in intensity and frequency. So to ensure that this project functions for the next 50 years, we've kind of added climate change in the design. The project, £4.8 million in total to achieve these flood risk benefits, but also significant environmental improvements along the Beck and in the catchment. For example, in Albert Park, we've made in-channel environmental improvements and we've done tree planting in the upstream catchment. The project financially will produce a £58 million worth of economic benefit to the economy through reduced flood damages, and has been able to provide some fantastic flood assets and flood risk management improvements in the local area.
Marton West Beck is a scheme that we've put together in response to many years of flooding in the town. So we're just in front of an area here which would have been susceptible to flooding in the past. 1866 was the first recorded flood event that we found records of. But some major events in 2000, and since then regularly flood events have occurred. We had to think about different ways we could reduce flooding across the whole catchment using a really innovative integrated model. We're stopping flood risks to an event that's got a probability of 1.3% in any given year, which is quite a rare event. In all likelihood, you'll never see this area fill up with water, but when it's needed, it's here.
The Marton West Beck scheme covers three areas. Upstream, we've got the New and Beck flood storage areas, the upper and the lower, which are there to store floodwater during and before an event. Further downstream, we've got the Albert Park area, which includes the trash screen, a number of flood walls and a flood storage bund, a surface water. And then moving downstream, we've got the Borough Road area and Lytton Street. We've much improved flood walls throughout the reach to provide increased flood protection.
At New and Beck Upper Bund, we designed a storage space and a bund to collect runoff from rainfall events and hold this in open space up at the golf course, higher up in the catchment, rather than allow it to flood the suburbs of Middlesbrough. And we aimed to minimise our impact on the layout of the golf course, and we managed to achieve this. We also aimed to minimise the number of trees we cut down to provide the storage space. And we planted new trees elsewhere in the scheme to replace those that we did have to chop down.
Those two storage areas now collect surface water during heavy rainfall events. Not only does it reduce the volume of water, but it also reduces the height of the water further downstream, such as in Albert Park. We've constructed new flood walls and raised the footpath level around the north end of the lake to basically mean that the lake can store more water now during a flood event.
At Albert Park, we constructed a new trash screen next to the existing trash screen. So the trash screen stops debris like leaves and branches and litter that's found its way into the river from entering the culvert that is beyond the trash screen.
The main challenge that we had building this screen was just behind me. Under the existing screen is a medium pressure gas main, which is live. It's made of cast iron, which is a very brittle material. We had major concerns that we may damage it through vibration created by our work activities. So that affected the pathology of how we built the new trash screen.
So our new trash screen is located perpendicular to the existing trash screen, and that means that the flow of water will pass alongside the new screen, and that will move any debris that would otherwise collect down away from the screen, and that will allow water to continue to pass through the screen, keeping the water levels lower.
A lot of the rubbish we pull off the screen is sort of urban debris, so things that people have dumped from their household waste, things that should really be going to the tip. And that kind of bulky debris is what causes really big blockages on watercourses. And yeah, it is a problem here.
The other area that we're doing is that we've just completed is Borough Road, to increase the flood protection there as well. So what we did over quite a section was to reconstruct some of the walls to make sure that there was less areas where water could escape and flood properties.
We've constructed approximately 700 metres of new flood wall on either side of the existing beck. Most of that was replacing existing wall which was of poor quality.
Those new walls now provide direct protection to quite a few businesses along Borough Road, but also the wider Middlesbrough community.
The project's been funded as part of the Environment Agency's capital programme, which in 2021 has seen record government investment to reduce flooding across the country. The project has also received local funding through the Regional Flood and Coastal Committee, which supports vital flood schemes in the North East. The scheme will be a vital asset to the local community, something that will help protect people for years to come, and forms part of a £132 million programme to improve flood defences across the North East.
I'm really proud to have worked on this project. We started in the depth of the pandemic, and so we're really thankful for those people that came to site every day, kept the works going. They were classed as key workers, essential workers at the time. It was really good that we could keep the project moving through really difficult times.
It's really satisfying to see that we've done something so positive for the area by providing the flood protection for the locals and enhancing the park and bringing the park back to life.
It's really rewarding to see it finished, providing a huge number of people with some much improved flood protection and also improved amenity in the area.